Hi everyone, I'm Sarah, and today we are talking about loneliness in young married women. This is kind of an interesting topic, especially considering the widespread idea that older people are usually the only ones that are lonely or don't have a lot of friends. To start the conversation off, we're going to begin with some questions. The first one is, how many of you know someone who has felt lonely? Research has showed that 72% of Americans experience loneliness, with 1/3 of them saying that they feel lonely at least once a week. The next question is, what did you notice about these people? Some of the symptoms of loneliness may include social isolation, depression, spending a lot of time on social media, technology, TV, etc. Did you actually notice these things? Or did these people seem just like everyone else, like they had it together and nothing was wrong? Loneliness is what many experts have been calling the silent or invisible epidemic. So I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't notice much different about these people and thought that they were just going about their lives like a normal person. In my women's church group, we did an activity where we all had the young married women in the room anonymously write down something that they were currently struggling with on a note card. Afterwards, we had each member pick one of the note cards and read it out loud. As this activity went on, I noticed that probably 1/3 or more of the girls mentioned that they were struggling with something related to loneliness. They would say things like, "I'm really lonely and I don't know how to go about making friends." I realized at that moment that I hadn't ever really considered that younger people could fall into the category of lonely. Yes, I have had my moments in my younger years when I felt lonely, but it wasn't like what I was hearing from these ladies. It was also at this moment that I realized that this was an actual issue that was greatly affecting the lives of these women. I could hear it in their voices and see it in their faces that they had no idea what to do with this issue that they were facing. They were reaching out for help. I decided then and there that this problem needed to be addressed. Our reason for concern stems from some recent data that shows that loneliness is found at every age, but there has been an extreme spike in people who are below the age of 30. Likewise, another study showed that young mothers may be the loneliest people of all. Yet another study that may or may not be competitive with the population that we are dealing with specifically showed that stronger emotional and social loneliness is observed in adults who evaluate their current sex life as not very pleasant or not applicable. Because the population we are focusing on is heavily populated with young women who belong to the Latter-day Saint faith, the good girl syndrome and other such impediments that may come from growing up in a strict religious environment may contribute to the issue. Lastly, studies have shown that young adults are especially prone to loneliness as they experience many transitions while establishing their lifestyles. Young married couples are going through many transitions, be it work, school, having a baby, or other such times of transition. These statistics are alarming, but they paint a very vivid picture of the silent epidemic that is sweeping across America. Why, you might ask, is not a lot being done about it then? Well, the answer is simple. There are more pressing issues at hand like obesity, high blood pressure, and heart disease, depression, anxiety, etc. However, more and more research is coming out showing a relationship between some of these things and loneliness. Loneliness wears away not only an individual's mental and emotional health, but their physical health as well. It is for this reason that I want to extend a call to action to those who are experiencing loneliness, as well as to those around these people. To those experiencing loneliness, research has shown that interventions to make gnawing feelings of solitude subside have succeeded when the individual strives to diminish negative thoughts. Research has shown that getting out and doing something, anything, can help with this as well. Therefore, my call to action for you is to recognize when those feelings of loneliness are creeping in and try to push away the negative thoughts that come with them. If you do this, along with getting out and doing something, when these feelings arise, you'll be better able to dismiss these crippling feelings. To those around these people, I didn't know that so many of the women in my church group were struggling with this, but it was because I wasn't aware of it and I wasn't looking for it. My call to action for you is to be aware that loneliness really is a serious health issue. Make a friend, go out of your way to chat with someone, or even just to smile at them and acknowledge their presence. Look for the symptoms of loneliness in others, and if you see them, become aware of the resources that are available so that you can point them in the right direction to get some help. For more information and tools, a great site that you can visit is sites.google.com/view/thesilentepidemic1/home. Thank you.